Afternoon baseball now from the home of the Mets, Citi Field in New York. We celebrate Jackie Robinson Day with a great matchup between the St. Louis Cardinals and the New York Mets. It's Mets baseball next on the show. Corey Oswalt is on the mound for Game 2. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, every team needs a pitcher like this one here. His numbers aren't going to blow you away. The thing he does, he takes the ball every 5 days, throws strikes, and gives his team a chance to win.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Theo Jamison. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
Theo Jamison.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Sends that one out of play for strike one. These Mets, fellas, as they take the field here today, they come in playing reasonably well of late, though they have dropped their last 2 in a row.
Yeah, Matty, in this sport at this level, you have to find a way to be a little bit realistic. You're not going to win every ball game. So they lost last game. Fine. Let's find a way to execute today and get on the winning side.
Well, and he's got him in the palm of his hand now. It's 0-2.
Hey, he's going to have to set his sights a little bit more over the heart of the plate. I can't have one of my best left-handed power hitters reaching and taking an ugly swing like that.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Ripped down the first base line. But this will wind up foul. Still 0-2. The next 0-2. Just hung in there on that one. The next 0-2 is swung on and missed. He got him.
Okay, here's how the Mets are lining up defensively. And guys, the thing I want you to take a look at today is in today's game, the new age, everyone wants to move around. This manager does not like to shift a lot. Maybe a step to your right or left, but there's a lot of trust that the pitchers are going to execute. So let's see how it works out for them in this one.
So striding in, Theo Jamison. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Pitch on the way. And he waves at a curveball there. No balls and a strike.
Classic case right there of an off-speed pitch, and that hitter's eyes lit up and that front shoulder went flying. He's got to find a way to keep that thing tucked and play with the big part of the field.
Yeah, a close play at first, but he's called out and the side is retired. Down in order go the Cardinals. On to the bottom of the 4th now, still with no score. Jamison, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at 3rd. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Now a swing and a miss. Took something off that one, and it's strike one.
Man, the Redbirds, they've been struggling all game long. They've yet to been able to get that big hit. This is the time for the big hit for the Redbirds.
The 0-1 offering. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time.
He's obviously been very impressive on the mound in this one, and I think the big reason why is his ability to stay out of the middle of the zone. That's kind of obvious, but it's clear to me that even when he misses his spots, he's not missing over the plate.
1-1. Here it is. Hit down the line at first, but a foul ball. 1-2 the count now. Hit hard on the ground to second. Fielded cleanly. On to first, and the Redbird rally goes for naught as that ends the inning. Cards strand a couple. It remains 1-0. Now to the plate, Theo Jamison. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result as his last at bat right here. The double play is in order. Anything on the ground, the way this defense is, they could certainly roll too.
And here's indication from the dugout of an intentional pass, and that will load the bases here and set up the force at the plate. And here's the former prize Dodger prospect Willie Calhoun. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Now a swing, and he pops him up. And I believe, yes, the umpire signaling for the infield fly rule.
Wow, talk about frustrating. Not what you want to do with the bases loaded. A simple pop-up, and nothing productive comes out of that.
Standing in with the bases loaded, Harrison Bader, as he's presented with the bases loaded situation in a tie ball game. One and one. Here it is. And he pops him up, drifting toward the left side of the infield. Number 42 is there now. Potential go-ahead run at third base. But the tying run comes across here, so it looks like this could be a wire job. Home half of the 8th straight ahead. All tied.
Hey, a great win for these guys as they wrap up another one. But a little bit of a sour note, though. Everyone has to head home, get on those computers, and get those taxes out before midnight.
3-1 the final score this afternoon. The Cardinals came through when it mattered in the 9th on the way to the win. Jordan Hicks gets the win in relief, his 2nd of the year. Alex Reyes closes the door for the save, his 6th. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com. MLB The Show has baseball on tap from lovely Citi Field in Flushing, Queens. Today, the 3rd and final game in this 3-game series between the St. Louis Cardinals and the New York Mets. Stay tuned for Mets baseball coming up next. Number 61 is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for the Mets. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, we're going to get a chance to look at a guy that he's a little bit up and down throughout points of his career. A career ERA just over 4. When he's good, he can be really good. And when he's bad, well.
Into the box, Theo Jamison. First chance for him here in the top of the 1st with nobody on.
Jamison.
First pitch of the at-bat. On a line, that's a base hit.
Everybody's different coming out of spring training. Some guys get off to torrid starts. Some guys struggle. This is one that struggled, but maybe that single gets him going.
So far in this series, he's 3 for 9. Popped up. Bain on the move. He can't get there as it falls in. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
You know, it's funny. The first 2 strikes are for the fans. You're trying to put balls in the seats right there. With 2 strikes, it's for the team. You got to shorten up and find a way. And that's exactly what he did right there. Soft liner into right field for a base hit.
Number 5, Willie Calhoun.
The pause and the 0-2. Pulled high in the air out to right field. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Cards strand a couple. Cardinals 0. Mets coming to bat. It's a rematch of the 2006 NLCS, and it's on the show. Next up from New York, Thurman Ludwig, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one.
Thurman Ludwig.
Skied into straightaway right. Jamison has a read on it. 1 out.
The St. Louis Cardinals attack you on defense in this fashion. And I'm locking in today on outfielder Harrison Bader, one of the elite defenders in the game, burst on the scene in 2018, and he can go get them with the best of them. Elite defender, people. Lock in on him. Top of the order hitter as well.
Digging in to try it again. Theo Jamison. He singled his last time up.
Jamison.
Here comes the first pitch. Well above the letters with the fastball that time. Now the 1-1 pitch. Is swung on and missed, and that's strike 2.
Offered at that breaking ball below the zone, and that's a tough one to spit on. But the key is recognizing it coming out of the pitcher's hand earlier and making sure that it goes up before it comes down. More likely to be a hanger when that's the case.
Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
This kind of hitter right here, we call this guy a grinder. What are grinders? They just kind of foul off some good pitches. They lay off the pitches just off the plate. This is every pitcher's nightmare.
Well, the first baseman is under it to make the play, and that retires the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. They still trail 1-0. Back to the top of the lineup, stepping in, Victor Oliveros. He came through with an RBI single in his last at-bat.
Yeah, and he's got to feel super confident right now. He's the only real offense in this game. Guys on the mound have been executing every pitch.
Jamison has to come in a few steps, but he has it for out number 1. Ready for another chance? Theo Jamison.
Number 15. Theo Jamison.
First delivery to him on the way. Hit hard on the ground to second. And that finds its way into center for a 1-out base hit.
Yeah, I don't know if I love the approach of pulling the trigger on that 0-0 pitch. I can't imagine that's exactly what he's looking for. The result works. Pitcher can't be too mad.
Ready for another shot now. Number 35. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. Swing and a liner.
There you go. Find the ball. Find the ball.
But he can't bring it down. Base hit.
That pitcher's got to be shaking his head right now. You got to tip your cap right there. I'm still always impressed when offensive players are able to come out of the zone and still be able to make hard contact.
So it's a tight spot here. First and second, 1 man out. And into bat next, former Dodger minor leaguer Willie Calhoun. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Popped up. Number 64 moving to his left. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. So next, one of the fastest players in all of baseball, Harrison Bader. Here's the 0-2. Grounded to the right.
Right here.
It's flagged down deep in the hole. And the off-balance throw gets him as he takes away a hit, and the side is retired. Cards strand a couple. They trail things here 2-0. Leading off the inning, Theo Jamison, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
Ripped to second base.
Dig.
And this is going to find its way into right for a base hit. And the leadoff man's on to start the 8th.
The leadoff hitter finds his way on base. Should be interesting to see the cat and mouse with the manager. Does he use the bunt right here? Do we put a little hit and run on? Do we go old school, new school, and just let him swing away? Should be interesting.
Stepping in for the Cardinals, number 35. He's batting cleanup in this one, but will get us started here in the inning as they look to wake up the bats.
Yeah, not much to get excited about with just a single notch on the scoreboard, but you have to give credit to where it's deserved. The pitching on the other side has been really impressive.
And he popped him up over toward the left side of the infield. Number 40 is there, 1 away. So digging in now, Willie Calhoun, who could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Quick check on that tying run at first, and he just manages to get his hand in. Jamison leads off first with 1 away. High in the air out to center field. Moving under it, Oliveros. 2 gone. Now this is cut and thrown to first. On to first, a double play. So no runs on 1 base hit, no errors, and no one left on. Home half of the 8th straight ahead. The Mets are out on top, 2-1. So it's first and second now. Nobody out. And that'll bring up Alan Hansen.
Alan Hansen.
The 2-1. Now here's a ball hit high and deep to straightaway right field. Jamison going back on the warning track. He makes the catch. And he'll move up to third now. Runners at the corners here with 1 away.
Good read there at second base to know he could make it to third on the flyout. Now he's only 9. Well, this one had its moments of drama and excitement. In the end, these guys came away with the victory and look on to the next one.
3-1 the final score this afternoon. The Metropolitans took the lead in the second inning and rode that until the very end. Number 61 takes the win on the mound, his second of the year. Edwin Diaz hammers down the save, his 6th. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com. Tuesday night baseball is on the air from Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. Tonight, the first of 2 in this interleague matchup between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Kansas City Royals. Royals baseball comes your way next. Number 47 will be on the mound for the series opener. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, we look a lot at numbers from starting pitchers, walks to innings pitched, but one of the key stats I look for is whip. And he has a sub 1.30 whip coming into this start, which tells me he throws strikes. He's not afraid to get the ball.
Humberto Santana, he'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
For the Royals, the shortstop, Humberto Santana.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Skied into very shallow right. Jamison waits on it. 1 down. And with that, here's a look at the hometown Royals starting lineup card. D-Row, what's your take as they look to end their losing streak?
Well, Matt, the key for me to success for this lineup is they got to be willing to come through in big spots. They got to stick to the game plan. Somebody's going to have to get a knock with 2 outs and find a way to not leave base runners stranded.
Now at the plate, Theo Jamison. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
Theo Jamison.
First pitch on its way. Strike one to start the at-bat. Dan Dero, we take a look at the Royals as they enter play here tonight. They come off another loss last time out, and in fact they've dropped 3 of their last 4.
Yeah, Matty, dropping their last game. Now they find themselves at 500 again. They got to find a way to get on a hot streak. You cannot continue to go peaks and valleys throughout the course of this season and ride that 500 line all year. At some point you're going to have to take 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 to get this going in the right direction.
Well, you know what? Good hitters are good hitters for a reason, Dero. And to be able to hang in there on an 0-2 pitch and still be able to get a base hit, this guy's about as good as it gets.
Yeah, I'm blown away by this guy, Dan. You wouldn't know if you showed up. You wouldn't know if it's 2-0, 3-1, 0-2. Counts do not matter. This guy trusts in his craft.
That is it.
And here's the former prize Dodger prospect Willie Calhoun, and he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
Hey guys, take a look at how Kansas City sets up on D. And if you look at the numbers on this team, defensively, they're in the top 5 fewest errors in the league. Flashing the leather, picking and grinning. Keep an eye on them. They play stout defense.
And that'll bring up the former top prospect Harrison Bader. Only 1 hit for him in his last 4 ball games.
Bader.
The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes.
Wow, that's awfully impressive right there. The pitch before was really close. Called the ball. What does he do? He comes back with a better pitch and gets the punch out.
Stepping up to the plate, number 13. He enters play hitting down in the 240s for the year. The 3-0 pitch. Holds off on the slider, and that's a good idea as it's ball 4.
He did not want to let the hitter off the hook with 2 outs, and now he's got a runner in scoring position to deal with.
Into the box now, Joel Luis. 2's all over the place. 2 on, 2 out, and of course, here in inning number 2. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Trainer sprinting after it. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. Cards strand a couple. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd. No score. So next to the plate for the Royals, number 1 of late. Seen that average shoot up quite a bit over the past 8 ball games. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Jameson is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So only 1 hit in the inning on the solo shot, but it's enough to push him out in front. We'll go now to the top of the 3rd. It's the Royals 1 and the Cardinals nothing. So stepping in, Theo Jameson. He reached on a single in his first try.
Theo Jameson.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner. And that's going to wind up hooking just a bit foul. So a missed opportunity there. Right side fair ball down the line.
Got a way to square up on that ball. Great job.
So now time will be called as we're going to get a visit from the pitching coach here as he'll hope to settle his guy down. in the box, Willie Calhoun. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. Jamison leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. Hard hit ball to second. He'll get to this one deep in the hole. He'll whip this one to first in time, and that ends the inning. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. The Cardinals lead it 2-1. Ready once again, Theo Jamison. He singled his last time up.
Theo Jamison.
Here comes the first pitch. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. The windup and the 0-1. Hit hard to the right. Foul. Line towards center field. And another base hit for him. Now 3 for 3 in this one.
Hey, D-Row, there's a case of trying to sneak a piece of cheese by a guy after starting him off with back-to-back off-speed pitches, has him 0-2, and can't get that fastball by him.
Yeah, you're doing him a favor right there. You got him dead to rights, 0-2. You can expand the zone. You can go north, south, east, west, and what does he do? He leaves a fastball, a hittable fastball, and he was able to get a knock.
Oh, 0-1, here it comes. Hit weakly on the ground to short. He's got it. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Cards leave 1 as the lead remains 3-1. Standing in, Ken Brunson. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Brunson.
Cruz at second. Murillo at first. 2 out in the inning. This is driven to right, and no doubt about it, that one's way out of here. So it's a 3-run shot to straightaway right field. 6th home run on the season for him, and that lead is trimmed to 7-5 here. Well, we've now seen 4 homers combined between these two clubs today. What are your thoughts, guys?
Matty V, this is just one of those days where the ball seems to be flying.
Digging in, Theo Jamison. He'll match up with a new pitcher to begin their half of the 7th.
Theo Jamison.
First pitch of the at-bat on a short hop. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is digging in now for Kansas City. Luis Amaya, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Here it comes, 0-2. Skied into very shallow right. Jamison is under it, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. And no tag at second. He'll head back. Striding in, Alex Verdugo. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Big spot, 2 out, possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Jamison will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning. No runs, a hit, 2 left. 8th inning coming up. It's the Cardinals 7 and the Royals 6. Leading off the inning, Sam Murillo, and they'll need him to get something going here.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Hit the other way out toward right field. Jamison is after it. Legs churning. He's headed for second. And a high bounce will take it over the outfield wall, and he kicks off the inning with a ground rule double.
Well, that will bring a smile to a manager's face every single time. First hitter of the inning just squares it up and bounces it over the fence.
Kicking off the top of the ninth, Theo Jamieson, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. He pulls this one high and deep to right center field. Cordero racing back. He makes the catch. Digging in, Mitch Trainer. He flew out in his last at bat. Bases are empty, one man out. A swing and a high drive to right center. At the track, the wall. That one is out of here. This game is tied. Solo shot to right center, and we are tied again. Some damage offensively in this one, enough to get the win, and this man led the charge. He's our top player of the game.
Well, he blasted a couple of balls over the wall in this one, really put the guys on his back and carried him to the victory.
A one-run finish, an 8-7 game tonight. Kansas City blasted 5 home runs en route to victory. Wesley Hancock claims the win out of the pen, his first. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and Heidi Watney, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on... It's time for baseball on MLB Network. Today, the finale of this quick 2-game series between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Kansas City Royals. Looking forward to this matchup, and it's next on MLB Network. Chris Costa is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for Kansas City. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, this guy's a fun guy to watch pitch. Not necessarily an overpowering guy. Has an ERA in the low 3s. But one thing he knows how to do, he knows how to pitch, and he knows how to minimize.
And now the Cardinals, a 3-hit performance in the loss last night. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Out in front as this is pulled foul into the seats. These Kansas City Royals entering play this afternoon, guys. They come in here hoping to make it 2 in a row as they broke a 3-game skid with a victory last time out.
Yeah, yesterday's affair was a 1-run game. Quick turnaround, back on the field for a day game today, trying to get out of here with a 2-game sweep.
You know, that's always difficult to try to sweep a team, even though it's a 2-game set. When you have a quick turnaround like this one, D-Row, you're really depending on your starting pitcher to get out of the gate and pitch well and throw up some scoreless innings.
Into the corner and slicing foul.
That wasn't a terrible pitch right there, but if he's going to execute and get this swing and a miss, he's going to have to get that ball a little bit further down, maybe even potentially bounce the next one.
And that is by him on into center field.
Great
so
job
good
right there.
hitting on
Squared up on that
0-2 nets him a leadoff single.
Well, you know what? Good hitters are good hitters for a reason, D-Row. And to be able to hang in there on an 0-2 pitch and still be able to get a base hit, this guy's about as good as it gets.
Yeah, I'm blown away by this guy, Dan. You wouldn't know if you showed up. You wouldn't know if it's 2-0, 3-1, 0-2. Counts do not matter. This guy trusts in his craft.
Fly ball out to straightaway right. Verdugo waits on it. He's got it 1 away.
Hey guys, take a look at how Kansas City sets up on D. And we get to watch one of the best right fielders in the game today. He brought home gold last year. We know a right fielder profiles as a huge offensive producer, but this guy covers a ton of ground all the way to the foul line with a strong throwing arm.
So a runner at first with one out now. And in to bat next, one of the fastest players in all of baseball, Harrison Bader. Swinging a soft liner
round it.
to second for one, and it's wide of the bag and right by him. Luckily for them, the left fielder retrieves this ball quickly.
Oh, this is kind of unforgivable for the second baseman. He tries to square himself to the throw to second to start the double play, and I'm not sure what happened next. Maybe his cleats got stuck, or maybe he just lost the grip, but the net result is E4 with 2 men on board.
Batting 7.
At the plate, number 13. And a fastball misses there, ball 4.
I think he was trying to be a little too fine there, and a walk is the result. Well, the good news is he has a force at every base. The bad news, a single probably drives in a couple of runs.
Standing in now with runners in scoring position, Joel Luis. And he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. That's back toward the mound. This will be a tough turn, however. There's one. Return throw is in time. How about that? They do turn 2, and it gets him out of the inning. Just what the doctor ordered. He gets the double play to get him out of the inning. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Theo Jamison. He reached on a single in his first try.
This game is rolling right along as we move into the middle innings with no score. You'd think by now one of these two teams would be able to get some base runners on and get him in, but that hasn't been the case.
Curveball fooled him there as he's way out in front. Still all zeros in the run column here in the 4th inning. Dan, does this continue, or does somebody score here?
I think this continues for a while, Matt. Both of these pitchers are throwing very well, throwing strikes, having good command of their off-speed pitches. This is going to be one of those low-scoring affairs.
He pulls this one high and deep to right center field. Gone to lead off the inning. Solo shot to right center. Second home run early in the year, and the Cardinals move out in front 1-0.
Well, if you're going to give up a towering blast to one of the best players in their lineup, it's better to do it with no one on base. It stings, sure, but a solo shot isn't going to be decisive.
Now at the plate, Humberto Santana. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Shortstop, Humberto Santana.
And this will find the wall deep in the corner. And the Royals are going to get a man into scoring position right away on the leadoff double.
When it left his bat, I thought it might squirt foul, but it hugged the line and found its way into the corner. Thought it might be a little bit closer play at second, but he cruised in there with relative ease.
Trying to pick things up where we left off, Theo Jamison. He's off to a fast start in this one, 2 for 2, including a home run.
The last at-bat, Matty V, we heard this guy's a good fastball hitter. He got a fastball and didn't miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently this time and mix in some off-speed pitches.
And this is hauled in just shy of the track out there for out number 2.
That's one of those tough luck outs that'll drive you crazy as a hitter. He drove that fastball but couldn't get it down, so he has to take hard contact as a consolation.
Striding in once again, Sam Murillo. And he's likely just trying to put one in play here. 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts thus far.
Murillo.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Hit the other way out toward right field. Jamison is going to get there.
Relay.
He gets there to put it away, but the runner tags and breaks for third. And he'll indeed move up 90 feet, putting runners at the corners now with one away.
We'll see if moving up to third pays off for him. He didn't have to tag and go for third. But
now at the plate, Franchi Cordero.
The center fielder, number 33, Franchi.
3 runs, 5 hits,
Cordero.
1 error so far for Kansas City.
Swing and a flare hit toward right. Jamison is over, 2 down. And even with 2 away now. Now batting, Theo Jamison.
Number 15, Theo Jamison.
First offering on its way. Turned on down the line. Oh, and this deflects right off him. And he'll take this over to the bag for the out. But meanwhile, the runner moves into scoring position.
probably a double down the line, but in order to prevent that late in the game, they had him guarding the line, and it obviously worked out perfectly. And a nice job here to come in and slam the door. That's his first save of the season, but it certainly won't be his last.
3-1 the final score this afternoon. Kansas City rode an important 6th inning to victory in this one. Chris Costa takes the win on the mound, his 2nd of the year. Richie Hammock wraps it up for the save, his 1st of the year. So that just about does it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney down on the field, and the rest of our crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. Thanks for watching MLB Network.